Brandy Glover, and this is my presentation on medical billing and coding in the Discourse community. This Discourse community about. So mine is about medical billing and coding in the healthcare community, which translates to diagnosis, procedures, and services into standardized codes used for records and payments. It also includes members, medical coders, billers, providers, insurers, auditors, and administrators who all develop an accurate documentation and shared terminology. Some of the goals in the discourse community are accurate documentation, current code assignments, fair reimbursement, legal compliance, and clear communication across the healthcare system. Also, this community works to reduce errors that can delay claims, lower reimbursement, or misrepresent the care of patient received. In communication, make a timeline of the important historical events or list historical contributions made by people of Hispanic Latina heritage. People in the field write and read medical records, insurance claims, coding guidelines, audit reports, reimbursement studies, and also policy documents. Their communication style is precise and evidence-based because small wording differences can change how a service is coded or paid. And also research articles in the field rely on data, coding rules, statistics, and policy analysis rather than personal opinion. I learned that medical billing and coding is not just office work. It helps shape reimbursement, compliance, documentation, quality, and healthcare decision making. I also learned that studying this field showed me that accuracy is both a technical skill and also an ethical responsibility in the healthcare field. The things that surprised me was finding out how often coding problems appear in audits. And also in one DRG study, only 26.29% of sample cases had no coding errors in the initial audit. This surprised me because it showed that even small documentation mistakes can have large system-wide effects. One of the research examples that I did was telehealth coding. They use CPT codes 99211 through 99215 to compare visit complexity, showing how coding reflects time, decision making, and also clinical work. Chen and colleagues compared in-person and video outpatient visits and found that billing complexity often skewed lower for video visits, although patterns differed by specialty. This taught me that coding is not one size fits all, and the medical billers and coders must understand context, specialty, and changing healthcare delivery models. Also, another research example was surprise billing laws. Another important example is surprise billing research, which shows how billing rules can affect providers' networks and also patients. This showed me that billing and coding are connected to healthcare policy, patient protection, and access to fair financial treatment. So now we're getting to why I'm interested in this field. I am interested in medical billing and coding because it combines healthcare knowledge, organization, accuracy, and problem solving, and I love problem solving. I also like that this field supports both patients and providers by helping services get documented correctly and reimbursed fairly. Keyword fairly. So this discipline fits my interest because it is detailed, practical, and important to how healthcare systems function every day. Some of the things that the new students of English 112 should know is that every discourse community has its own vocabulary, expectations, evidence, and writing style, and medical billing and coding is a strong example of that. This community values precision, professionalism, and source-based communication more than broad or informal writing. Researching one discipline closely helped me understand how writing changes depending on audience, purpose, and professional standards. This concludes my presentation for the Discourse community. And the last page here is my works cited of everything that I did or got my some of my work from. So I want to thank you all for listening in and have a great time in English 112 um, writing in the Discourse community. Thank you again.